So I was like, let's do this audiobook thing. I love it. It's a cool way to deliver games. So I made Summoner's Rift Recall, and it'll recap a 30-minute game in 5 minutes. If it goes over, it'll be like 9-ish.
It's the third week of NALCS. I'm joined right now by Rivington the third, with coverage presented by Omni/Riv. I haven't talked to you in a little bit. It's been a bit.
Absolutely. Last time we talked, I think, was in the players' lounge. We were hanging out, just chatting, getting real deep.
Yeah. Well, either way, good to catch up with you. How is the summer split treating you so far?
Summer split has been absolutely amazing. I mean, this whole meta for a play-by-play is super bonkers. So it's really fun to cast, and I'm just trying to kind of get back to a pace where shouting feels good. There's no kind of like, well, did that feel all right? And everything's just moving forward, and it's been that position right now. It feels great.
That's awesome. You're also doing the Academy stuff, and I feel like Academy is getting more interest recently. Like, obviously the teams are taking over some of the Thursday stuff, but also like we're seeing more movement from Academy up into NALCS. So what is it like for you to be involved in that, and how do you feel about Academy right now?
I love casting Academy because three of us switch out, me, Captain Flowers, and Pastry, with Mark Z on Friday. So that's like 5 straight games. And a lot of people say, we don't see these guys casting the LCS. If you do that day, you probably only get like one of the 2 set games on a Saturday or a Sunday. But it's been amazing to see, one, the franchising system kind of at work with how everything is back and forth with pro players on the teams, and then now starting rosters being Academy rosters has been absolutely amazing. And seeing these kids kind of try to prove themselves, we hear even some of the other players saying, I'm training this guy to take my spot, and that kind of shit might actually happen.
Yeah. Have you got security passing through right now? We've got some, nice and safe here at the LCS. I mean, are there any particular stories that have been interesting for you out of Academy? I know that we're seeing Levi pop in for Rift Rivals next week.
Heck yeah. Obviously Levi for Rift Rivals coming in, but Brandini as well is kind of like a trick up the sleeve maybe, because not a very known champion pool, but also not known to have those high highs you're expecting to get out of kind of like a trash talking Rift Rivals. Obviously Cloud9 has been insane, but now at Cloud 10th place, I don't really know if they know what they're doing. It's kind of a roller coaster for them. So they have been able to create incredible stories for us, unfortunately for them, but great to kind of just fuel the Academy and keep that going.
You're doing a new audio setup. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about this.
Absolutely. So recently, I kind of was like not doing a highlight show, don't do PTL anymore, and I wanted to get something. I wanted to do highlights. I wanted to be able to relate again and hit those big plays. So I thought, I've been listening to audiobooks a lot lately. I've been trying to like advance my brain, get back into very creative words. I'll wake up in the morning and I literally write the alphabet with my left hand. I'm not left-handed, but it makes you approach things differently in the day. So I was like, let's do this audiobook thing. I love it. It's a cool way to deliver games. So I made Summoner's Rift Recall, and it'll recap a 30-minute game in 5 minutes. If it goes over, it'll be like 9-ish, but it's paced out so where you're not expecting it to end. You want to hear it. There's some sounds injected into the game from the plays, from sound or player VO. So it's really cool to kind of like experience when you're driving or working out or you missed the game. I just did Telecom Wars, so you can catch all of the games, maybe 3, if you want to catch up before LCK this week.
Yeah. How many of these come out?
This week was kind of like an undertaking because I just started it. The first one was TSM FlyQuest, and 1 game was pretty easy, but to do 3, I was like, I have to write this, proofread it, mix it, because I'm doing everything from home. I'm trying to make it like as little as weight possible on the team so it can advance and grow, and then I'm like, all right, team, let's see what we can do with it now, and I think that was a really cool way to approach it. So right now, just a few a week. This week, I'm definitely hitting up the TSM C9 match. That shit was crazy.
So you basically go and you watch the game and you do, it's almost like a dramatic reenactment, I guess, of the game, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it changes a little bit from passive to active moments. Like you'll kind of hear about champion select on a passive, but when it's active, it'll put you in the moment. Bjergsen stops pushing in Keen's Gangplank, right? In that moment, you're like, oh, I'm imagining this now. And you hear a teleport come in as the top laner. So it really draws the picture. That's what I wanted. As a play-by-play, we use all of our words to create pictures for people. And who does that better than art or authors in a book? So kind of listening to a lot of those audiobooks and turning it into that style, I've had a lot of fun with it. And I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. It's one of the reasons I wanted to interview you, is just because I think it's like a different way to consume like esports matches than we've seen so far. Kind of shifting gears here, no pun intended. The last thing I wanted to talk about is you kind of going more personal. You're really involved. You have like a bike, and you're super into motorcycles, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So recently I just picked up my third motorcycle. I bought one in March, saw another one recently, and it's kind of keeping me honest, making me work hard. I love these things. You almost want to have more. The amount of motorcycles in your garage, the correct number is N+1, as they always say, right? So you're always trying to achieve that. But before, I would kind of be okay with where I was at. Nothing was really keeping that push. Obviously, League is a fun game to cast, and you do what you do, and you keep going at it with the passion that the fans love to hear. But having a little things behind you to keep you honest, to say, hey, you're here for a reason, keep going strong, is what the motorcycles do for me. And it also gives me some time away from all of this to be hands-on with stuff and kind of work on some other hobbies that I love.
Yeah. It's really cool. So do you work on them, or are you like tinkering? I know nothing about motorcycles. I'd love to know more, but yeah, what is it like for you sort of being into this as a hobby?
Absolutely. So the older ones that I have, I don't tinker on as much. I try to leave them as is. The newer ones, I love getting my hands like just into figuring out how it works. I'll take it apart. I did this a lot as a kid, and nothing ever went back together. Now it's a little bit more orchestrated and things work, so it's amazing. You think about stuff like that, right? We can build computers. Some people think that's completely foreign. It kind of just gradually over the years became the same with bikes. I was like, this is completely foreign, and now I love getting my hands on them.
I'm not as into this stuff. I don't know, but maybe you can tell for the people who are into it, like, what bikes do you have?
Oh man, I have a 2014 Yamaha Bolt. I have a 2018 Monster 1200S, and I just purchased a 2006 Ducati 749.
Very cool. Is there one that stands out, or is it like picking a favorite child?
So the 1200S is probably kind of the newest and the prettiest, but the one I just bought, the 2006, like has a special place in my heart. So the brand new purchase bike has been under a cover.
How do you decide which one of these to drive?
It's all different styles. The Cruiser, you're sitting on a lazy boy. The Monster is an upright urban but speed, and then the other bike is an attack, aggressive position that you don't want to be sitting in traffic in.
Like champ select, really.
Yeah. You got to pick and choose. You got to make the composition work.
Very good. Is there anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Oh, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the awesome comments and whatever you guys tweet out for watching the LCS, because it gives us a job, and thank you so much for that. And as I said about audiobooks and stuff, check it out. A lot of times you won't listen to it because it's not a voice you like. Find one you like. There are a lot out there.
I love audiobooks. I have an Audible subscription. I've had it for years, so I agree. Anyway, thanks so much for the interview, man. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. I want to thank OmniSlash so much for the support of my content. They are on a train right now, a train that you could be on, and that's the Travis train. Just get on that train, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit up my Twitch. We're stopping at all the different stops, all right? This is a train, and it's going far. So get on the train and ride it. Ride that Travis train.